been dialing Mei-Ling 40098 now for the last 3/4 of an hour, and the line is always busy. I don't see I could possibly be busy that long. Can you try that number for me, please?
I'll be glad to try that number for you. One moment, please.
I don't see I could be busy all this time. It's my husband's office. He's working late tonight, and I'm all alone here in the house. My health is very poor, and I've been feeling so nervous all day.
Ringing Mei-Ling 40098.
Hello.
Hello, is Mr. Stevenson there?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, Josh.
Hello, who is this?
Yes, sir.
What number am I calling, please?
I just met with our clients. The coast is clear for tonight. Where are you now?
In a phone booth.
Okay. You know the address. At 11 o'clock, a private patrolman goes around to the bar on 2nd Avenue for a beer. Be sure that all the lights downstairs are out. There should only be one light visible from the street. At 11:15, a train crosses the bridge. It makes a noise in case your window is open. She should scream.
Oh, hello? What number is this, please?
Okay, I understand. That's 11:15 for the train, eh?
Do you remember everything else, Josh?
Yeah. I'll make it quick and tidy because our client doesn't wish to make us up alone.
And remember, remove the rings and bracelets from the jewelry chest. Our client wishes it to look like a robbery gone awry.
Alright, I get it.
Oh, how awful! Oh, how unspeakably awful! Operator,
Your call, please.
operator, I've just been cut off.
I'm sorry, madam. What number were you calling?
Why, it was supposed to be Mei-Ling 40098, but it wasn't. Some wires must have crossed, and I was cut into a wrong number, and operator, I've just overheard the most dreadful thing. Something about a murder, and operator, you simply have to retrace that call at once.
I beg your pardon, madam. I know
it was a wrong number, and I had no business listening. But these two men, they're cold-blooded fiends. They're going to murder somebody, some poor innocent woman who lives in a house near a bridge, and we've got to stop them. We've got to.
What number did you call, madam?
It doesn't matter what number I was calling. This was the wrong number, and you dialed it for me, and we've got to find out what it was immediately.
What number did you call?
Oh, why are you so stupid? Look, it was obviously a case of some little slip of the finger. I told you to try Mei-Ling 40098 for me. You dialed it, but your finger must have slipped, and I was cut into a wrong number. And I could hear them, but they couldn't hear me. Now I simply fail to see why you couldn't try to make that same mistake again on purpose. Why you couldn't try to dial Mei-Ling 40098 in the same careless sort of way.
Mei-Ling 40098. I will try and get that for you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Mei-Ling 40098 is busy.
Operator!
Yes, madam.
You didn't try to get that wrong number at all. I asked you explicitly, and all you did was dial it correctly.
I'm sorry, madam. What number were you calling?
Can't you, for once, forget what number I was calling and do something specific? Now I want you to trace that call. It's my civic duty. It's your civic duty to trace that call and to apprehend those dangerous killers. And if you
I will connect you with the chief operator.
please.
Miss Curtis, will you pick up on 17, please?
Yes, dear. What seems to be the trouble?
Someone wanting a call traced. I can't make head nor tail of it.
All right, 17. This is Chief Operator Curtis.
Chief Operator, I want you to trace a call, a telephone call immediately. I don't know where it came from or who was making it, but it's absolutely necessary that it be tracked down because it was about a murder that someone is planning. A terrible, cold-blooded murder of some poor innocent woman tonight at 11:15.
I see.
Well, can you trace it for me? Can you track down those men?
Well, I'm not sure, madam. It depends.
It depends on what?
It depends on whether the call is still going on. If it's a live call, we can trace it on the equipment. If it's been disconnected, we can't.
Disconnected.
If the parties have stopped talking to each other.
Oh, but of course the parties must have stopped talking to each other by now. That was at least 5 minutes ago. They didn't seem like the type who'd make a long call.
Well, I could try tracing it. May I have your name, please?
Mrs. Stevenson, Mrs. Albert Stevenson. But listen.
And your telephone number, please.
Plaza 42295. But if you're going wasting all this
So
time.
what is your reason for wanting this call trace?
My reason? Well, for goodness sake, isn't it obvious? These men sounded like killers. They're dangerous. They're going to murder this woman at 11:15 tonight. It's a matter for the police.
Have you reported this to the police?
Well, no, not yet.
You want this call checked purely as a private individual?
Yes, but
Well,
meanwhile,
Miss Stevenson, I'm afraid we couldn't make this check for you just on your say-so as a private individual. We'd have to have something more official.
Oh, you mean to tell me I can't report a murder without getting tied up in all this red tape? Why, it's perfectly idiotic. Well, all right, then I will call the police. Ridiculous. I've never heard of such nonsense.
Your call, please.
Police department. Get me the police department at once.
Bring in the police department.
Police Department, Precinct 43, Shady Man speaking.
Police department. This is Mrs. Stevenson, Mrs. Albert Smythe Stevenson of 53 North Sutton Place. I'm calling to report a murder. I mean, the murder hasn't been committed yet. I just overheard plans for it over the telephone, over a wrong number the operator gave me. And I've been trying to trace the call down myself, but everybody is so stupid, and I guess in the end, you're the only people who can do anything.
Yes, ma'am.
It was a perfectly definite murder. I heard their plans distinctly. 2 men were talking, and they're going to murder this woman at 11:15 tonight. She lives in a house near a bridge.
I do have stomach ulcers.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, ma'am.
And there's a private patrolman on the street. He's going to go around for a beer on 2nd Avenue. And there's some third man, a client, who's paying to have this poor woman murdered. They're going to take her rings, her bracelets. Well, it's unnerved me dreadfully, and I'm not well.
Yes, I see. When was all this, ma'am?
About 8 minutes ago. Oh, and you can do something. You do understand.
And what is your name, ma'am?
Mrs. Stevenson, Mrs. Albert Stevenson.
Okay. And what was the address?
53 North Sutton Place. It's near the Queensboro Bridge.
Okay. And what was that number you were calling?
Murray Hill 40098. But that wasn't the number I overheard. I mean, Murray Hill 40098 is my husband's office. He's working late tonight, and I was trying to reach him to ask him to come home. I'm an invalid, you know, and it's the maid's night off, and I hate to be alone even though he says I'm perfectly safe as long as I have a telephone right beside my bed.
Well, then you have nothing to worry about, and you just leave this to us, Mrs. Stevenson, and we'll check it with the telephone company.
But the telephone company said they couldn't check the call that the parties have already stopped talking. Already taken care of that.
Yeah?
Yes, and personally I feel you ought to do something far more immediate and drastic than just check the call. What good does checking the call do if the parties have already stopped talking? By the time you track it down, they'll already committed the murder.
And don't worry about it. We'll take care of it.
I'd say the whole thing calls for a search. A complete and thorough search of the whole city. I know I'd feel a whole lot better if you sent a radio car to this neighborhood at once.
And what makes you think the murder is going to be committed in your neighborhood, ma'am?
Well, no, I don't suppose it would be. Only the coincidence is so horrible. 2nd Avenue, the bridge.
Yeah, well, 2nd Avenue, you know, is a very long street, ma'am. And you know how many bridges there are in the city of New York alone? Not to mention, Brooklyn, Staten Island, Queens, and the Bronx. Damn donut. But how do you know it wasn't some little house on Staten Island, on some little 2nd Avenue you never heard about? How do you know they were even calling from New York at all?
But I heard the call on the New York dialing system.
Well, how do you know it wasn't some long-distance call you overheard? Telephones are funny things. Now look, lady, why don't you look at it this way? Supposing you hadn't broken in on that telephone call, and supposing you got your husband the way you always do, you wouldn't be so sad now, would you?
Well, I suppose not. But it sounded so inhuman, so cold-blooded.
A lot of murders are plotted in this city every day, ma'am. We managed to prevent almost all of them, but a clue of this kind that is so vague is no more use to us than no clue at all.
Oh, but surely.
Unless, of course, you have some reason for thinking this call is a phony? That someone may be planning to murder you?
Me? No, I hardly think so. I mean, why would anybody? I'm alone all day and night. I see no one except my maid, Eloise. She's too lazy to bring up my breakfast tray. And the only other person is my husband, Albert. He's crazy about me, adores me. He waits on me hand and foot. He scarcely left my side since I took sick 12 years ago.
Well, then you have nothing to worry about, and you just leave this to us, and we'll take care of it.
But what will you do? It's so late, it's nearly 11 now.
We'll take care of it, lady.
Will you broadcast it all over the city? And send out your squads? And warn your radio cars to watch out, especially in suspicious neighborhoods like mine.
Lady, I said we would take care of it. Now, I got a couple other matters here on my desk that require immediate attention, so good night. Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, idiot! Oh, why did I hang up the phone like that? Now he'll think I'm the fool. Oh, why doesn't Aldrich come home? Why doesn't he?
Your call, please.
Operator, for goodness sake, will you ring that Mei-Ling 40098 number for me? I can't think of what's keeping him so long.
Ringing Mei-Ling 40098. I'm sorry, that line is busy. Shall I?
I can hear it. You don't have to tell me. I know it's busy. If only I could get out to this bed for a little while. Get a breath of fresh air. Lean out the window and see the street. Hello? Ewart? Hello? Hello? Oh, what's the matter with this phone? Hello? Hello? Oh. Hello? 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 Oh, for goodness sake, hello? Hello? Go!
Your call, please.
Operator, I don't know what is the matter with your telephone lines tonight, but it's positively driving me crazy. I've never seen such insufficient, miserable service. Now look, I'm an invalid, and I'm very nervous, and I'm not supposed to be annoyed, but if this keeps on much longer...
What seems to be the trouble, madam?
Well, everything's wrong. I haven't had one bit of satisfaction out of one call I made this evening. The whole world could be murdered for all of you people care. And now my phone keeps ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing every 5 seconds or so, and when I pick up, no one is there.
I am sorry, madam. If you will hang up, I will test it for you.
I don't want you to test it for me. I want you to put through that call, whichever it is, at once.
Well, I'm afraid that's not possible, madam.
Not possible? And why, may I ask?
The dial system's automatic, madam. If someone is trying to dial your number, there's no way to tell whether the call is coming through the system or not, unless the person who's trying to reach you complains to his particular operator.
Oh, well, the stupid and complicated way. And meanwhile, I've got to sit here in my bed, suffering every time that damn phone rings, imagining everything.
I will try to check it for you.
Oh, check it. That's all anyone can do. Oh, what's the use of talking to you? You're so stupid. How dare she talk to me like that? How dare she talk to me like that? Oh, I'll fix her.
Your call, please.
Young woman, I don't know your name, but there are ways of finding you out. And I'm going to report you to your superiors for your most unpardonable rudeness that's ever been in my permit. And, oh, give me the business office at once.
You may dial that number direct.
Dial it direct? I'll do no such thing. I don't even know the number.
The number's in the directory, or you may secure it by dialing information.
Listen here, you... Oh, what's the use? Oh, for goodness sake, I'm going out of my mind. Hello? Hello? Stop ringing me, you hear? Answer me. What do you want? Do you realize you're driving me crazy? Stop it, I say. If you don't stop, I'm going to ring the police. Hello? Hello?
Hello. Is this Plaza 42295?
Yes, this is Plaza 42295.
This is Western Union. I have a telegram here for Mrs. Albert Stevenson. Is there anyone there to receive the message?
I am Mrs. Stevenson.
The telegram is as follows. Mrs. Albert Stevenson, 53 North Sutton Place, New York, New York. Darling, terribly sorry. Tried to get a hold of you earlier, but line busy. Leaving at Boston at 11 p.m. for urgent business. Be back tomorrow afternoon. Keep happy. Love. Signed, Albert.
Oh, no.
Do you wish us to deliver a copy of the message?
No, thank you.
Thank you, madam. Good night.
Good night. Oh, no. He couldn't do it. Not when he knows I'll be all alone tonight. Oh, some trick. Some fiendish...
Your call, please.
Operator, ring that Mei-Ling 40098 number for me just once more, please.
You know, you can dial that number direct.
Oh! Oh, he's gone. Oh, Albert, how could you? How could you? But I can't be alone tonight. If I'm alone one more second, I'll go mad. I don't care what he says or what the expense is. I'm a sick woman, and I'm entitled to some consideration.
This is information. How may I help you?
I want the telephone number of Henchley Hospital.
Henchley Hospital, you said? Do you have the address for that, madam?
No, it's somewhere in the 70s. It's a very small, private, and exclusive hospital where I had my appendix out 2 years ago. Hensley, Henchley.
1 moment, please.
Please hurry and please, what is the time?
You may find out the time by dialing Meridian 71212.
Oh, for goodness sake, couldn't you?
The number of Hensley Hospital is Butterfield 89970, madam.
Finchley Hospital, good evening.
Nurses registry?
Who is it you wish to speak to?
I want the nurses registry at once. I want a trained nurse. I want to hire her immediately for the night.
I see. What is the nature of this case, madam?
Nurse, I'm very nervous. I need soothing and companionship. You see,
Do
my
you
husband
recommend
is
to a funny doctor in particular, madam?
No, but I really don't see why that would be necessary. I want a trained nurse. I was a patient in your hospital 2 years ago, and after all, I do expect to pay this person for attending me.
We quite understand that, madam. These are war times, you know. Registered nurses are very scarce just now, and our superintendent has asked us to send out people only on cases where the physician in charge shows us it's absolutely necessary.
Well, it is absolutely necessary. I am a sick woman. I'm very upset, very. I'm all alone tonight, and I'm an invalid. And tonight, I overheard a telephone conversation that upset me dreadfully. A woman is going to be killed when a train crosses a bridge. In fact, if someone doesn't come at once, I'm afraid I'll go out of my mind.
I'll speak to Miss Phillips as soon as she comes in. And, what is your name, madam?
Miss Phillips, and when do you expect her in?
I really couldn't say, madam. She went to supper at 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock? But it's not even 11 yet. Oh, my clock has stopped. I thought it was running down. What time is it?
Just 14 minutes past 11, madam.
What was that?
What was what, madam?
That click just now, in my own telephone. As though someone had lifted the receiver off the hook, off the telephone extension downstairs.
I didn't hear it, madam. Now, about this.
But I did. There's someone in this house. Someone downstairs in the kitchen. They're listening to me now. Oh, I won't pick it up. I won't let them hear me. I'll be quiet till they'll think. Oh, but if I don't call someone now, while they're still down there, there'll be no time.
Your call, please.
Operator, I'm in desperate
I am sorry, I cannot hear you. Please speak louder.
I don't dare. There's someone listening.
Your call, please. What number?
Oh, please, you've got to hear me. Oh, please, you've got to help me. There's someone in this house. Someone who's going to murder me. And you've got to get in touch with them. There it is. Did you hear it? He's coming up the stairs. Give me the police department.
Sergeant Martin speaking. Hello? Police Department? Sergeant Martin, hello?
Sorry, wrong number.